Welcome, my Bone Storm friends, to Week 10 in review. That's right, sports
Sorry
fans.
for missing.
Look at the glorious pictures I have assembled for this Week 10. I'm pretty proud of it.
I like it. Sorry for not filming last week. We're back on track.
That's right. We were off last week due to an unforeseen medical issue with my son, but it's all healed up. He now has a pacemaker, and he's all ready. More on that at Thanksgiving or whenever we all get together time. So anyhow, let's get on with the show. You ready for the first?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, the first matchup is bada bing, bada boom.
Okay, we have the
Lacey Stratus. Hit me, Kev.
Lacey Stratus versus Camp Krusty. I am continuing my losing ways. 162, decent score, to my 114. However, I will take some credit for having the balls to start Matt Ryan over Tom Brady. I benched him, and it worked out.
Yes. You were definitely right to start Matt Ryan. This was certainly the week. I don't think anybody saw the Patriots doing that badly against the Titans, but they did, and you were smart enough to know better. And even in a losing effort, Matt Ryan still puts up 26 for you, so very nice. Zeke finally shows up for you with 38. The rest of your team?
Nothing.
On the other side of the fence, we have Phil Rivers. Again, the old man still getting out with 21. Kerryon Johnson, carry on my wayward son with 24. That guy's quite a nice running back as a rookie. So nice pick there, Jennifer. Devontae Adams with his usual 20 points. Zach Ertz, are you kidding me?
42.5.
If you don't think he's the most valuable fantasy player on the Philly offense, you're wrong.
I wonder, is that some kind of a tight end record?
It might be. We'll have to check with our statistician, Mr. Jason, but I'm pretty sure 42, although Gronk may have 50. We'll have to go back and look at the record books, but 42 is dang impressive.
Still big for a tight end.
In her back pocket, which she didn't need, she had Mitch Trubisky, who she could have started for 44. Holy cow, Chicago.
Who has 40? Oh, I don't see 44 on there.
I'll go back. I'll go back. Look at her bench. Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, I see it. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Bouncers. Exactly. Let's talk about your sister.
Okay, we've got my sister who pulls out a win over the Krusty Lovejoy Project.
Yes.
145 to 108. Wowzers.
Very nice. Terry tipping in a good win there with Matt Burita, San Francisco's running back du jour, number with 30 points. Aaron Rodgers with 22. Rashad Dirty Penny with 18. Chris Goodwin, Tampa Bay wide receiver, 19 points. Very nice, Terry. Way to stay on top and grab those good guys. Krustovsky, the Pat Mahomes show, 24, not as usual, but still 24 is good. OBJ ODB. That's old dirty bastard for you. Old Dale Beckham Jr. post 23. The rest of his squad needs some help. Had a few points on the bench, but I don't think it would have been enough to help that sinking ship next game.
Matt, who would have thought, going back just one page,
yes,
who would have thought that the Eagles' defense scoring 3.1 was 12 points better than his backup Panthers? Almost negative 10.
Yeah, that was the route in Pittsburgh that I enjoyed watching, but boy, not a good day to start the Panthers. He was smart to go with the Eagles for sure.
Yes, okay, next. We have the Braille Bombers going against the Wild Poopers in a close one, 140 to 126. Braille Bombers come out on top on this one.
Yeah, this one definitely had my mom sweating most of Sunday. Russell Wilson with a huge performance against those 32. 21 for Austin Hooper. Looks like she picked the right week to start Hooper. Not that I ever did when I had him. Leonard Fournette, welcome back to the squad. Nice job with 27. The other side, you got Cam Newton getting a tough day against Pittsburgh, but still puts up 18. LaShawn McCoy, big day for Buffalo fans for 26 points. Brandon Cooks for those Rams, 28. Rest of her squad was okay, not great. Not enough to take down Grandma Mimi. And good news for Mom was that Stephon Diggs was on a bye, so she didn't have to face up one of her better scoring point scores for her team. Next matchup,
we've got the Punishment Due, who could not. Well, he had a lot of bye issues this week, so it was almost too much to handle, to prove to be anyway. 116 basically to Saquon Mustangs, who managed to put up 140, who had Thielen on a bye as well, but still had plenty left over to get the job done.
Absolutely, yeah. Didn't need Adam Thielen. I think the highest scoring wide receiver currently. Andrew Luck with a number of 29.9. What a gamble that was that paid off for him pretty much all year. Allen Robinson with 33. Monster day for him. Saquon 14. Very quiet day for Saquon, but it happened to be on the day. Like you said, Todd has most of his big hitters on a bye. So, but hey, good job with Todd starting Baker Mayfield. Got 28 and 29 from Melvin.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, not enough to get it done against the big man, Kevin Clemens, who's back in the winning ways. And I'm sure he's happy he didn't have his second loss.
Look at that. Oh, can you go back?
Sure.
Look at Aaron Jones on the bench. Did you bring that up?
Aaron Jones. No, I didn't. I was surprised he didn't start him because he was trying to offer him in a trade to me, and I like Aaron Jones. I mean, I guess you got to go with Jordan Howard, who is the starter in Chicago. I like that against Detroit. But Sony Michel, I don't know. I'd have to look back at what they've scored, but I'm thinking I would have started Aaron Jones against Miami, who doesn't seem to be that great. But hey, you know what? Sunday, but huge day for Aaron Jones. Yes, 34 points on his bench. I can't do the math in my head. I don't think that would have beat. If I minus the 3 from him and I add the 34, would that have?
Yes.
Snap, that's even worse than ouch.
Yeah.
God. Wait,
that's why I wanted. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
Rubbing it in the wound of Todd.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is I noticed it and it would have swayed the game, but also because that stinker beat me to the waiver wire on Thursday. I go out to make my first of many moves this year, and I tried to swipe up Des Bryant. He had gotten on about an hour before I did. I was so pissed.
You got to get up early to catch these Devlins. They're up at the crack of noon.
I guess so. Okay, next game. We have Voldemort, who put up but just about 100 flush with Carson Wentz. He's got to go with Fitzmagic, though. He puts up 100 in a losing effort to the People's Champion, who's quietly having a very good second half of this season. He put up 161.
Yeah.
And no errors on the bench there. He started just about everybody he should have.
Yeah, no, Jason's having a great year, and he is a monster. He's definitely one of the favorites going into the playoffs. Tough day for Voldemort with his with Gronk out and not playing, and basically New England having a horrible day. Then Jordy Nelson gets injured early in the game. Not that Jordy would have fixed it, but Fitz, I might disagree there. I mean, I know Carson hasn't had the greatest year, but Fitz hasn't been Fitzmagic. He's been more Fitztragic these last few weeks, and today was, Sunday was another showing that. Todd Gurley with 27, very nice for Voldemort, but so far that's his only sterling one that stands out. Corey Davis on his bench had 27 too. He's the hot hand right now in Tennessee, so we'll see if he puts him in over D.D. Westbrook or Sterling Shepard next week. Meanwhile, you got Jason just steamrolling with 34 Breeze, 36 McCaffrey, 22 Edelman. I mean, his minus 6.8 didn't even matter. So,
yeah,
Jason, very nice. Sorry, Voldemort. Next week, that might be your week.
Before we move on from Jason's team, is there an update on the Le'Veon Bell situation? I heard his name mentioned in the news. What was that?
Le'Veon Bell, I got a shirt on here. They have he did not sign his thing. He cannot play at all in 2018, and it's most likely his last game as a Steeler. Some other team will probably pick him up. In fact, they etched out his name in the locker room. They took all of his stuff. They've distributed it. It's over. His time in Pittsburgh is done.
Over.
He was there. I think he and his agent made a mistake because I don't know where he's going to go, but we'll see. I mean, time's going to tell if this was the right move.
That's a whole year of pay. I mean, yeah, he was worried that he'd play and get injured and not get the big contract, but this didn't work out.
No, and I think that he also gambled that Connor wouldn't have the year that he's having, right?
Yeah.
It would have been a much different situation if Connor had shit the bed, not done well at all. Pittsburgh was losing. Maybe they were losing because of the running back.
Yeah.
But that's not happening. So whatever leverage they thought they might have with this gamble didn't pay off. And then just to completely hold out and say, well, screw the whole season, I'm like, wow. I mean,
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how this year turns out and who he goes to and what happens down the road. But what a bummer, because so many people gambled on him in a first-round pick, sometimes a first or second pick most times. And to be – I mean, that has got to go down as the worst pick in any year that you can think of where somebody held out the entire year. Jason will correct me if I'm wrong on that, but boy, what a rough year for Le'Veon, and Jason quickly dropped him as soon as that deadline passed on Tuesday. So
he did drop him. Okay.
Done.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Next, last game of the week.
Last game.
Oh.
This is brutal.
Yes.
This is brutal. So poor Dawn ends up scoring 195, possibly what she believes is her highest score ever in a losing effort, and she would have beaten every other team by a mile, except for the powerhouse that is the Honor Rollers, who crack the 2-century mark yet again with 212. I almost think she gets a victory, like the same way Elvis got an honorary black belt or his CIA badge from Nixon. She should get a win for this thing.
Absolutely. And the brutal part of that, I mean, the more salt in that wound is she had to feel pretty dang good after Thursday night with Ben getting 51, going, okay,
yes,
going this weekend strong, this looks good. He has some other players, but dang it, I can get this done. David Johnson, 37, he had it. Nick Chubb ripping my heart out early in the day. I'm thinking, oh my God, here we go. He rips off the longest run from scrimmage of the year for 39 points. I'm thinking, okay, well, this is a good week, but it's her week. Julio Jones, who scored, I think, 1 touchdown before Sunday, gets his second that day. I'm like, can she stop already? This is just getting absurd.
I know. I was like, you got to be kidding me. How are you going to lose?
I know. And then the second half of the day, just all of a sudden, Goff comes on big time. They got Kamara and Ingram tipping in for 26 over 26 each. Tyreek Hill with 34. Kansas City is like a freaking Jekyll and Hyde for me. On the days that Kareem Hunt has a good day, or who's the tight end there? The guy that I don't like. What's his name?
Kelsey?
Travis Kelsey. If they have big days, Hill down. Hill has a good day. Those two guys, not so much. It's like it's a pendulum, and you don't know how it's going to swing in Kansas City. That was a good day for me, though. And Tariq Cohen with a nice 17 again. Thank you, Jason, for dropping him. I'll never let you forget that one if I keep winning. Anyway, tough breakdown. I hated that to happen to you, but I'm happy for my win. I can't be lying about that, So
okay.
Next up, we got standings.
Okay, here we go. We've got Brockway alone at the top. Punishment due with a very impressive record there, 8-2. Followed by the Braille Bombers, who are at 500 with the 5-5 record, and Krostowski Lovejoy bringing up the rear at 3-7. Then we've got Ogdenville, the Lisi Stratus at 7-3. Followed again, another 500 second place team, Voldemort, with poor Malibu again, needing a win badly, couldn't get it done with 195. She is also at 3-7. Going over to North Haverbrook, we've got the Saquon Haha Mustangs with a league-leading 9-1 record, and unbelievably, second place in that division is 3-7, a 2 tie. What the hell?
That's what I call the Todd nightmare, because he hates it when losing teams will make it into the playoffs. This is definitely going to be one of those years.
Losing, they're like 4 games away from, or 2, I guess, from just 500. Unbelievable. And then finally, Springfield, still keeping it. There's a 2-horse race for the lead in this division still. The People's Champion up by a game at 7-3, followed very closely by the Honor Rollers, who for whatever reason is bold on this chart.
It's because it's my team. That's why. I didn't
followed by myself, who may be mathematically eliminated at this point, with a division leading from the bottom, 1-9, one win.
Joe used to be in that battle for you with the most losses, but look at him rally back. In fact, Joe is threatening because there's 3 games left. If Joe wins out and somehow my mom loses, he could jump over her and make it into the playoffs from coming from like loss. I mean, he was losing a lot in a row, thinking this season's gone. So I'm impressed with Joe rallying back. And again, the only statistically eliminated person is you. So your season's done. Thanks for playing. Send your check. But the rest of everybody's still in it to win it.
Well, ironically, I am 5 games away from the next person up in my division, and 2 from any other team in any division. It's been a rough one.
Rough year for Camp Krusty.
That's okay.
They are missing their insulin for sure.
This is a rebuilding year.
This is. All right, let's move on to pickups today. Not a lot of drama at all. In fact, everybody got theirs. There was no contested. There was no one contested. Everybody got who they wanted. So happy adding day for everybody that wanted one. There was no big fights. Not that I thought there would be, but I thought maybe there'd be somebody going against somebody, but not so much. So there you go. Not a lot to talk about there. We're ready for next week, and I got the first matchup on tap, Mr. Heath.
Okay, let's talk about it. We've got talk about battle of the bottom feeders.
Yes.
Camp Krusty versus the Krustovsky Lovejoy Project. I'm going to go ahead and call it now. I'm picking Krustovsky in this one.
Yes. I know my mom is going to be rooting for you all weekend against Joe. This one, at least on paper, looks like it's a very close matchup. Some injuries to both squads. We'll see what happens that way. We'll see if, again, Matt Ryan is your go-to guy, or do you gamble on every time Tom Brady loses when he gets mad and comes back big time in the next week? That's going to be a fun thing to watch, is who do you choose and how does it pan out for that? I think that will determine the contest, whether or not you pick the right quarterback to beat down Mr. Krustovsky Lovejoy. So let's watch that one this week.
Okay. Next up, we've got the Malibu Stacy's coming off a heartbreaker going up against the Gentleman's Four Quarterlies. And if I'm not mistaken, so Dawn definitely needs a win. I still think Terry's in it either way.
No. Isn't she tied for the 3 and whatever?
That's what I was saying. She's still in this thing either way. Dawn definitely needs a win.
Right. Yes, you're right. Dawn needs the win.
Yeah.
At least right now. Terry has a lot of her folks on a bye, it looks like. Definitely Matt. She's going to miss Matt Burita. Isaiah and Njoku, maybe we'll see. We'll see who she swaps out for that one. Meanwhile, Malibu has Chubb on a bye. Chubb is on fire.
Yeah, he's good for 40.
She's going to be missing that Chubb this weekend. We'll see who she fills in that slot with. But good luck to both of them. This is a sister-in-law, right?
Yeah, sister-in-law battle.
I love it. Okay.
Next up, we've got the Lisi. Another cat fight. The Lisi Stratas going against the Wild Poopers. The Wild Poopers projected to get very low, but I think that's because she still has a few buys in there. But then so does Jen. So this will be an interesting one too.
Absolutely, yes. This is going to be an interesting one again because Kat's down a couple people, but she rallies. Stephon Diggs will be back if he starts. He's questionable. That could help bring her up. On the other hand, you got the Lisi Stratus missing out. George Kittle, I don't know if he's the top tight end, but he's got to be top 5. He is going crazy. He's San Francisco's best weapon right next to Burita. So it looks like it's going to be, they're projecting the line big time for the Lisi Stratus, but I think the Wild Poopers will field a good team. Cam Newton might have a much better day against Detroit than against Pittsburgh. And you got Phillip Rivers going against Denver, who still has a pretty good defense. So this, I think, is going to be closer than the line of 31-point difference that they list here. So
I think so too.
Awesome. Yep. Next game. We've got Voldemort against the red-hot leaguing Saquon Mustangs. I'm looking. Yes, this will be a good one. It'll be fun to watch because I know Saquon is in it and he's going to be in the playoffs. That's not a worry. The question is he wants to keep up his winning ways to maintain his status of best record out there. Voldemort needs a win desperately. I'm thinking he's going to pull Fitz magic, although, that is a double-edged sword, right? Because you pull him and all of a sudden he does pull out the wizard wand and has a big game. He has Frank Gore and Jarvis Landry on a bye. Yeah, I just saw that. And he's got Jordy Nelson questionable. So it'll be interesting. Out for sure because they're also on a bye. So he is scraping the bottom of the lot. Yeah, he needs a lot. I think this one leans towards Kevin, but any given Sunday we'll see what happens. But for right now, until I see something different, I'm thinking I'm leaning with the Saquon getting another victory. Just because of the buys and injuries, it's gonna be tough. Yep. Then we've got a dance floor rematch: Braille Bombers going against the People's Champion. Who do you have in this one? People's Champ have a few questionable and a few on buys, so we'll see. Couple on bye. He's got Edelman and Gordon on buys, but he picked up Demaryius Thomas, who is now a member of who was traded to the Houston Texans. So we'll see how he meshes down there. They're going up against Washington. Again, This one looks like it's largely slated towards the People's Champion. Hurts my mom because she's missing James White, who normally has a good day. I mean, look at that average, 20.5 a week. That's impressive for a running back. But he's out this week, so we'll see who she fills it up with. She also lost Cooper Kupp for the season, so she's got to fill that one too. But she does have Fournette and Golden Tate with Philly. Let's hope he has a better week than he did last week.
Yeah, she lost Cooper and AJ Green.
Yes, well, exactly. So so she's definitely got the mash unit. We'll see what she can do to make this one happen. And she is in need of a win, but she's hoping again because it's all going to depend on Joe too. Because if she loses and Joe loses, they stay in the same position. Doesn't matter for playoffs, right? She can hopefully get those guys back in time for the playoff run. But if Joe wins and she loses, then we're looking at a little more precarious situation. So
Mama needs me to stay engaged and
exactly, yes.
Okay.
To feel, not just mail it in, pal.
Okay, and then I don't know if this is finally we've got the punishment due. A basketball court rematch. Yes. The punishment due. Daring to step, and it has you guys close on this one. Goes against his nemesis, the Honor Rollers. The line on this is 11, but 5 days or 4 days or whatever it is now before Sunday. That's anybody's ball game with just 11.
Brother. Yeah, he is now back at his full capacity, getting Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. That double edge, that double dagger every time, because there's at least going to be one, if not 2 or 3 touchdowns between those two alone. Throwing Melvin Gordon against Dalvin Cook back, he is loaded for bear. We will see how he does against my squad and how we show up or don't show up this week. It's going to be an interesting one again. In the scheme of things, it doesn't matter to me record-wise. I still am going to play to win every week. I'm not going to just mail it in now that I'm already magically made the playoffs.
You're one game out of first, so
I would like to win that division because again,
your seeding is better.
There's cash rewards for those division winners, and I'd like to be that division winner. I certainly don't want to let Jason take the division, so I'm going to be playing my heart out against Todd. So it should be a good matchup. Could be anybody's game. Again, this one should be high scoring, but again, that's what they say every year against Atlanta and New Orleans, and they're traditionally lower scoring. So who the heck knows what's going to happen? Let's get some fun. Last slide. Are you ready for this? Boom! Yeah. There it is, folks. Turkey Bowl 2018. It's back and better than ever. Kevin's driving in from town. We're going to see if we can get Jason down. I'm going to see if I can pull in Clemens with his bad knee and bad kicker. It's going to be awesome. Greg's going to bring his kids. It's going to be a fun day. I'm saying 8:30, but that may be flexible. We'll talk to everybody and see if we can get. I provided the address, my phone number if anybody has a question. We have the flags. Just show up. If you have cleats, bring them because normally it's wet out there on the field. And those who don't are definitely at a disadvantage if there's a route run and you cut on them because they will go sliding on their butts as you run that route. It is lots of fun.
Are there any hold on, that was my sister.
Really?
Are there any fields not on fire?
Yeah, this field will feature a no-fire game. There'll be no fire chasing us. Hopefully all the smoke will clear out by next week, or at least it'll be to a manageable level. But nothing's going to keep us from that field that day because there's nothing more fun than getting out there for 30 to 45 minutes of a good natured little fun game. It's always great to see Joe take down his nieces and nephews and literally tackle them even though it's supposed to be flagged. He won't do that to the other adults, but poor Greg's kids are on warning because they get lit up every week, every year by Joe, so it should be another fun day. We'll hopefully get some better video. Oftentimes the videographers are busy chasing, wrangling kids, but maybe we can get somebody to actually get a couple of good shots.
Is that a dig at Kathy?
What's that?
Is that a dig at Kathy?
No. She does her best job, but she's got to watch David, so she's kind of out of it. But
absolutely, she's got her hands full. Okay,
I know that. I would love to
chase you around with a camera.
I know. I'm hoping Gabby gets out there to play. This will be her last year before she goes off to college. God knows where. So hopefully this will be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy you're coming out here. Happy to see your family. Obviously, it should be a fun day to start off the big day of eating for everyone. So I'd love to see everybody out there. And again, reach out if you have any questions. Got the address here. I can send all this information to everybody. But that's it for this week. Kev, do you have anything else before we close this broadcast?
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble. Let's get ready for Turkey Bowl next week. Good luck to everybody. And set your lineups as always. And for Kevin E., this is Matt Dickey signing off. Kev, take us home.
Stay classy, Bone Storm.
That's right. I'm going